Welcome, friends, to another session on what, why, and how by Stats SD. In today's session, we would be looking at part 3 of regression calculation using least squares normal equation and how to calculate regression equation using Excel software. So let's begin this session. I will recap what is regression. Specifically, linear regression is a type of regression analysis where the relationship between a dependent variable, say y, and one or more independent variables denoted by x, z, etc. is modeled as a linear equation. In very simple words, if you look at the equation y is equal to a plus bx, here x is the independent variable which is used to predict the value of y, which is the response variable. Now a is a constant. A constant is the value of x is, if you see the equation 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 below, y is equal to 10 plus 2x. If I give any particular value of x, I should be able to predict the value of y. So if the value of x is 1, so the of y. If I increase the value of method. In my in my in my in my pre 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 in my previous video I had mentioned how to calculate the regression equation using step deviation method. In this tutorial, we will be covering what is the least square equation method. Now, for calculation data, have the data on your screen, which has 8 observations for advertising, X variable, and for sales revenue, which is your Y variable. Now, the formula for calculating the equation y on x is put up in the first equation, where you would need data in this form, that is summation y equal to NA. N stands for the number of observations, A stands for the constant, plus B stands for the regression coefficient, and summation x. Summation xy is the product of x and y. Again, A summation x plus B summation x square. The mirror opposite would be for the equation x on y. Now, we need some values of x, x square, summation x square, summation y square, and summation xy. So I have calculated these values for you in the table. If you notice, x, when you take a square of that, it would be x square. So 1 square is 1, 3 square is 9. If you notice this, 4 square is 16. Similarly, y, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4. So I do this for all the 8 observations, and my sum total is given at the bottom of the table. And finally, I have something called as xy. In xy, I calculate the product of x into y. So 1 into 1 is 1, 3 into 2 is 6, 4 into 2 is 8. I hope this was easy. So please make your table. Now once we have the table, we will solve the equation. So we are looking at an equation of y on x. So as I mentioned, you need certain data. So to make the first equation, I will need summation y. If you look at the table, summation y is 40 equal to n is the number of observations, that is 8, a, plus summation x is 56, b. So I will name this as equation 1. I'll form the second equation, summation xy, the value is 373. Please look up the table, equal to a summation x. So that was again 56 a plus, now I have B summation x square. So summation x square is 524b. So this is my second equation. Now in your class 5, you must have learned how to solve linear equations. Now if you have two unknowns A and B, you need to make at least one unknown equal. So if I look at the factors for 56 and 8, we can make equation 1 8a as 56a by multiplying throughout by 7. So multiplying equation 1 by 7. So let's do that. 40 into 7 is 280 equal to 8 into 7 56a plus now 56 into 7 would be 392. I will name this as equation 3. Now subtract equation 3 from 2. So I put a negative sign in all the three places. So 373 minus 280 should be 93. 56a minus 56a becomes 0 plus 524 minus 392 should add up to 132b. I forgot to mention 392b here. Yes. Now b is equal to 93 divided by 132, which is, if I do the calculation, 93 upon 132, it should add up to 0.0, sorry, it should be 0.7045. Now using the value of b, I input it in equation 1. So in equation 1, input b is equal to 0.7045. So let's solve that. 40 is equal to 8a plus 56. Now we know the value of b, that is 0.7045. Therefore 8a plus 39.45. Therefore if I take 39.45 on the other side, I would get an equation 0.55 is equal to 8a and a is equal to 0.55 upon 8, that is equal to 0.068. So I have calculated and found a, which is the constant, 0.068, and b, which is the beta coefficient, was 0.7045. So this is the equation which we have used, the least square equation method. I will recap. To calculate, you need some values like summation y, n, summation x, summation xy, summation x, and summation x square. So in your table, you would find x square, y square, and xy, and take a sum total of that. Once you input in the equation, you would be able to form two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. Now simultaneously solve equation 1 and 2. The shortcut would be to make at least one of the unknowns equal. So in equation 1, I have multiplied throughout by 7 to make this 8a as 56a. So if you see here, I have 280 equal to 56a plus 392b. Now I subtract equation 3 from 2. So I get 93 equal to 0 plus 132b. Therefore, b is equal to 93 upon 132, that is 0.7045. 4. I hope it was easy. I'll proceed to the next slide. In this is a self-study problem where you have to find the equation of x on y. Please use the same table to calculate the value of x on y. So you should be able to find the value of c and d, which c is the constant and d is the regression coefficient. The answer will be provided in the chat box below the video, so you can reconfirm. Now we have calculated the values of x and y using the least square equation method. I will show you a shortcut method to calculate these values using an Excel method. But before you go to the Excel, there are certain steps that you need to follow. So when you go to your Excel sheet, first step 1, go to File, Options, Add-ins, Manage Excel Add-ins, and you need to select Analysis Toolpack and Analytics Toolpack VBA. Then go to the Data tab, choose Data Analysis, choose the Regression, and then input your data. Let me show you practically. So as you can see on your screen, I have the same data for advertising and for sales. So before I actually use the data analysis toolpack, I will show you the steps. Go to File. Under File, you have Options. Under Options, go to Add-ins. Then go to Excel Add-ins. Click on Go. You should click on Analysis Toolpack and Analysis Toolpack VBA and click on OK. I've already done that in my Excel sheet. Once the plugin is added, I come to the Data tab and here I have the Data Analysis Toolpack, under which there are various options like correlation, descriptive statistics. I am interested in regression. So I click on regression and I say OK. So this should be the window that opens. Remember, you need to add in the values for x and y. Now, remember, y is your dependent variable and x is your independent variable. So in this case, sales is my dependent variable. How to input the values? Please look on the screen. I go to y and I choose all the observations. So right from D4 up to D11. Then I come to x and do the same operation from C4 to C11. You can choose multiple options according to your requirement, confidence level if you want, and click on OK. The Excel should provide you with the calculations less than a second. Now, how do I interpret? You have to go to the coefficients. The first coefficient mentioned 0.068 is your constant and 0.7045 is your beta coefficient. If you confirm in our equations, we got the same constant, that is 0.068, and our beta coefficient was 0.7045. So I hope this session was useful to you in terms of calculating the regression equation using least square normal equations method. And for researchers who have lots of data, they can use the shortcut of using an Excel. If you have liked my video, please click on the like button and also subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.